Good morning. Welcome to Force for Growth Live. I'm Ricardo.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Courtney, and thank you for joining us. And reminder, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Force for Growth. So share, follow. It's much appreciated. But thank you for tuning in and happy Friday. What do we got going on?
Man, I got a spicy topic today. I know you guys out there love the spicy topics, right?
Yes, I like juicy gossip, juicy stuff.
Oh,
These are
this
good.
is as juicy as it gets, Courtney. It's a little saucy if I say so myself.
Keep it
Saucy.
Today,
saucy.
ladies, I want to talk about faking it. Not that. Get your mind out of the gutter. I see you. I see y'all out there.
The more tame side of that subject, you mean?
The more tame side on that subject.
Uh,
Okay, so yes, today I want to talk about faking it. And let me be more specific so we can drill down so I can really talk about what this topic is about. And I'm blushing for some reason, but that's okay. All right. There's this whole thing that's called imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome comes when you're doing something or you're a part of something and you're doing it, but you really truly feel like you're not in it, that maybe you don't belong, maybe that you're not doing it right, and all those things that come under imposter syndrome. In addition to that, there's also an idea of when you're in self development that you're fooling yourself. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you're going through the motions, you're starting to feel good, you're doing some of the work, but you're kind of just doing it to check off a box. You're not really part of it. It's not really part of your life. You're just checking off boxes. That's all you do is checking off boxes. And you just feel good because you're going to seminars all the time, consistently, nonstop. You're doing all this stuff that just keeps you feeling good versus doing the work and implementing the work and integrating the work. We're not saying don't go to seminars. We're just kind of talking about what may end up happening. Because typically, what happens is when you stop going to the seminars, it all kind of dwindles down, and you're like, what is going on? I've attended these seminars, I've read all these books, but I still feel like something is missing. That's what we're talking about today.
mhm.
Deep topic.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not kind of Zig Ziglar's talking about more daily consistent action, but yeah, I always love Zig's comment about, it's like bathing. You got to bathe every day. You got to motivate yourself every day. And that I just always love that bit.
Yeah,
But
man. And I'll be the first to admit, I fake it.
how did that feel saying
Oh,
that?
oh wow. Let me rephrase that. I'll be the first to admit I don't integrate. I'm not as integrated as I would like to be. Am I getting there? Is it a work in progress? Yes, it is. But I've been on that side of it before where I'm just checking off the boxes. I'm checking off the gratitude just to be grateful. And does it make me feel good? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I'm a grateful person. That's the distinction I want to make. Checking off a box versus being integrated and that being a lifestyle, not just a checkbox that you want to check off. So I've been on that side of it. And it's still a work in progress and it's still something you got to work through. And you really truly got to integrate these habits to be part of you. So I've been there. I've been there.
I think we all have been there. And I think this is a huge topic because, especially when you start to get into personal development, if you read like you said, read the book, go to the seminar or whatever, you're on that high from that initial learning, whatever you've learned or whatever, and you're excited because of the energy of a seminar, like a Tony Robbins seminar. Y'all know what that energy is like. It's crazy. And then you come home and it's easy to it's like all that energy is not there. You have to create it for yourself. And I think that it's common, but it's the implementation, and like Courtney said, every single day you have to there's so much that you can learn in a book or learn in a seminar, and if you try to implement it all at once, it's not going to happen. And so you've got to take, piece by piece by piece and truly implement it, like gratitude. Gratitude, I have days I write down gratitude every single day. And I'll admit, some days I write down my 5 things I'm grateful for, and I'm not in it. I don't feel the gratitude for it. I'm thankful for these things, but I'm not feeling the gratitude. Gratitude, you have to feel it or it doesn't work. You can't be like, thank you for this, thank you for that. I'm grateful for this. You have to feel it. You have to really be, like, I am grateful for this coffee. I am so thankful that God created coffee beans. They're so good. They make my mornings amazing. That's how you have to be in gratitude. And if you just check the box, like you said, Ricardo, it doesn't do anything for you. You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. It's a quick hit. It's a jolt when you just check off the box.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think, and this is my thing, I think that when into self-development, the next level is mastery and then integration,
yeah.
right? It's I am that person, not I meditate, not I work out, but I'm a meditator. I work out. It's a different feeling versus just okay, I checked off the box for meditation this morning. Check, done. No, that's who I am. It's part of me. It's part of my core. I work
Jesse,
out. I'm a healthy person. Go
Jesse
ahead.
asked a dynamite question.
yes.
Does faking it till you make it really help? And I think what you just said, Ricardo, and what Jesse just asked, that's amazing because if you're telling yourself you're gonna fake it till you make it, you're identifying as somebody who's faking it.
Ooh,
So when you make it, do you have a moment where you like hand over the, torch to yourself and are like, okay, you are a master? No, you continue beating yourself up as if you're faking it. And that's why people who are in a certain industry a long time still will sometimes be authentic and be like, I still feel like I'm faking it. I still feel like every day I'm winging it. So there's harm in starting the journey off as faking it. Whereas if you start off like, hey, I'm going to build a lot of skills I don't have yet. I'm going to get uncomfortable. I'm also going to learn a new version of myself. So you just have this realistic dialogue with yourself. And then, you can pat yourself on the back and, you built momentum, you built a skill, even how minute it is. It's a skill you put in your box towards your goal. So faking it to me almost gives people the false warrant that they can skip over all that. And then they
mm.
wonder why they feel like that in every area of their life.
Yeah, but my issue with faking it till you make it is that it sounds so broad. It sounds so imposterish, right? Like, oh, I'm an imposter now because I'm faking it. And maybe that's where part of the imposter syndrome comes from. However, I do support, how do I word this? Taking on some of the traits that someone like that would take on.
Doing the
And
action, but with
yeah,
a mindset, not with the mindset that you're faking it, with the mindset, like Courtney said, yeah, I don't know how to do this right now. I am not good at this right now. I have not mastered this right now, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm going to master it.
Mm.
yes,
And
yes.
and this is where like I like it look at it from the top of the mountain, not the bottom. Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but you're looking at it like I will be that person. You're certain about it. You're sure about it. You know it, even though you're not there yet.
Mm.
That's the thing.
Or
Don't look at up from the bottom of the mountain being like, "Ooh, I'm gonna have to morph into this person. I'm not a caterpillar," whatever. So stop beating yourself up on the beginning of it. That's where kind of let the draw of the vision get you through those first few phases.
or the thought to add on to that is I'm becoming that person. I'm in the transition of becoming that person and I feel it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which is an empowering tone, which will fill
Yes,
you up towards your goal, not drain
yes,
you.
yes. I will get there. I'll get to the top of that mountain, but in the process, I can already see that I'm making headway because I'm a quarter of the way up, and I can look down and I can see where I used to be versus where I am and how much I have left to go.
Mhm. Can I share something, Jesse? This was something I wrote down while you were talking on the 6 a.m. call, and then Ryan brought up the Panama Canal, but it's so freeing. Okay, so basically, how the result will match the energy you put into something. Okay, and so we are draining ourselves, spinning our wheels, checking the boxes, telling ourselves we're doing what we need to. But are we really? Are we really? And so when you have a moment, you take a step back and realize that, or a big breakthrough slaps you in the face, right? You realize you've been pouring way more energy into something, trying to force it to happen versus really just authentically let it flow, let it be there with it. Look the feeling in the eye. A lot of uncomfortable things will come up, but you'll also heal and solve, and you're not trapped by these emotions. These emotions aren't meant to trap you or drain your energy. They're meant to make us evolve.
Mm.
And then, as well, to explain real quick, because I'm sure Ryan it's long, so it's probably good. But he brought up the Panama Canal and I forget the exact measurement, so maybe help me out if y'all remember. But basically, if you travel down the Panama Canal one way, it is only about 500 miles. But if you go the other way, was it 3,000? Do you remember
I don't
the
remember the exact
I
Okay.
can't
number,
remember
but
Well,
the
you get the
numbers
gist. You
either.
got the gist of it.
yeah, yeah, it's good. So anyway, that was a big thing for me. So
Yeah, Ryan's comment. I wouldn't want my doctor, dentist, airline pilot, or others in my life to say I'm faking it until I make it. I think it's one thing to have that thought every once in a while, but verbalizing it has a big impact. Our words matter.
thank
So,
you,
Significant
Ryan.
impact. I
The
would not get on a
statistics.
plane with somebody that was like, "Oh, yeah, I just found the suit, hopped on the plane, but I'm gonna fake it till I make it because I really truly believe in myself that I
yeah,
can do it."
no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
To
Wow.
clarify, because if anyone actually knows the statistic, they're probably so annoyed right now. So it's 5,200 miles if you take it, 13,000 around South America. So yeah, basically, if you miss your turn, oh, you're going to be on your journey a lot longer. So
Yeah.
thank you for that analogy, Ryan, and
Over
clarifying.
twice as long.
I have a question for you guys. So that's one side of faking it, right? That is are you really doing the work? Like Jesse brought up on the 6 a.m. call and what we talked about. Are you really doing the work? On the flip side of that, are you faking it trying to be someone that you're not?
Mm.
Because that creates a lot of dissension when you're this person on the inside. I think that mostly all of us, I'm guessing all of us have so much good inside. We just have to tap into that, and who we truly are, if we dig down deep, is an amazing person with amazing qualities and amazing things to give in this world. But so many of us, and I did and still do sometimes, but I did for most of my adult life, is try to be someone else, try to be who everyone else wanted me to be, and not who I truly am deep down to my core. So, what do you guys think about that side of faking it?
That's thank
That's
you for
deep.
bringing that up, because
That's
that's a
deep.
very it's half of it that we forget. So yeah.
Here's the thing. When you're going through that, let me ask you, Michelle, because I know me, but I just want to get a consensus. When I was going through that phase of my life, I didn't feel like I was faking it. But
I
going back now and reflecting, it was obviously faking it. But while I was going through it, it wasn't, oh yeah, I'm being fake. It was like, okay, I can't even think of what it was, but it wasn't faking it. I know that I didn't feel like I was faking it.
I think that is the scenario of letting life run you instead of you running your life. That's you're on the hamster wheel. You're unconscious. But when you become conscious and you realize who you truly are and you step into that person, you come alive and it's amazing. And that's what I've experienced. And it's kind of like when you get healthy, when you start to eat healthy, you don't realize how bad you feel until you feel good.
Mm.
That I think is the same situation. You don't realize you're faking it until you're not faking it and you realize that you realize who you truly are. When you come into your true self, then you realize, "Oh my gosh, I was not even being me all that time and I didn't even realize it."
Yeah, and it's like you're headed to a destination. You're headed to destination. You're headed to destination, and it's completely different address than you're
Yeah.
headed to, and you're kind of halfway on the trip and you're like, no, this is not right. This is not right. So it's that just a big awareness, self awareness, and where you are for every step of the goal. I mean, we're wasting so much energy trying to be somebody we're not that just, this is such a huge part of it.
It
The
does.
word
It
that
takes
came up
so
to
much
me,
energy.
it does. It does. Michelle, the
Yeah.
word that came up whenever you were telling that part of it was inconsistent. Inconsistent. Like someone would ask me to do something that I didn't really want to do, that I was like, okay. Or maybe I was forced to do it and I didn't want to do it. And maybe that's where the faking it based on somebody else's life comes in too, where you're doing stuff that you know you really don't want to do, that you're not really into it, that it doesn't align with who you are, with your values, with what you believe, and you do it anyways just to satisfy somebody else's needs.
Yeah.
You're being
That,
inconsistent with your actions versus what you truly believe.
And you're not keeping your word to yourself.
yeah.
Hmm.
To me, that brings up the hell yes, hell no concept. Because if you're headed down a path or you get an opportunity or a friend asks you to do something or whatever, and it's like, hell yes, that if you get that, yes, I want to do that, then that's the true you. That's something you should do. But whenever it's not that, it may not be a bad thing. It may not be something you hate to do, but it's just not something that lights your heart on fire, then it's automatically a hell no because it doesn't fit with who
But
you
but 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 but
are.
but this has happened to me. There's several times where I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like going, and it turns out to be the best thing ever.
But
Hello.
part of your soul, subconscious, whatever you want to call it right now, part of you was drawn to that. Going there is part you. Maybe you didn't realize it yet because you, I don't know, it's that spark of like, well, I'll help that friend. Well, we'll see what happens. It's that spark of possibility that it's exactly what Michelle just said. But yeah, sometimes you're still intrigued by it, even if it's not a hell yes. So I'd say if that intrigue is there, now 99% of the time, what she said is absolutely true. And it's helped me a lot in my life. So do honor the hell yes, hell no. But if that inkling is there, it's discernment. You got to learn to listen to it and be like, okay, should I not? And, sitting with yourself just strengthens that skill so you can hear it better in the moment.
I think you also have to pay attention to why you don't want to do it. So I used to be terrified to speak in public, terrified. And so any opportunity I got to speak in public or talk to a group or whatever scared me to death. And look at me now because I'm not talking about staying in your comfort zone. I'm talking about really, is this in line with who you are? Is this in line with in terms of determining the hell yes or hell no concept? Is it in line? Is it in line with where you're going? Is it something that's going to deter you from the things that are most important for you, or is it something that's going to push you toward that? Or does it line up? That's the question. It's not, is it comfortable? Sometimes you have to step into things that are not comfortable. That doesn't mean it's a hell no.
I love that. Thank you for that because that's such a big point on that, and that the hell yes will still include fear. It'll
Yes.
still include fear.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta look through the fear and know what it means. Is it a trick? Is it a sign? Is it a red flag?
Yeah.
Fear is meant for action. So yeah, so thank you for that.
Let me ask this. Let me ask this. We said that the hell yes or hell no is not about being in your comfort zone, that we still suggest, obviously, getting out of your comfort zone. However, if it's maybe like not necessarily a hell no, but not really into it, and is that enough to give it a try if it's not much of a time commitment to see what it's about? Where does that balance?
Ryan has your answer. Is future me going to be glad I did this?
Ooh.
Yes, I love
Say that again.
Is future me going to be glad I did this? Thank you, Ryan.
that.
Boom. So much
Yeah.
synergy.
You
Yeah.
know, if you're truly asking yourself, you know, and sometimes it is like a 51-49% split. It really is. But if you get quiet with yourself, you know. It's
Wow.
just
This is good. All right. Real quick, some tips on how to get from faking it to being it. Let's take a turn right quick. How can you get from faking it to being it?
do it.
And how do you know? And maybe even how do you know?
Um, you got to actually stumble. You got to actually fail. So what they don't tell us is that yeah, it might take 10 major steps to get to where you're going. 5 of those are probably going to be failures where you like tumble down the stairs. Okay. It just is what it is. But next time you hit that stair, are you going to be more conscientious about how you put your weight on it and make sure you're balanced, blah, blah, whatever. So it just, you have to do it. Like there's actually no magic pill. So that's the thing we're all searching for. It doesn't exist. So the quicker that you can just swallow it and be like, okay, either I need to start and figure out if I truly want to learn how to do that or not, uh, start, just go
Go. What do you think,
and take the
Michelle?
feedback.
I say listen to your gut. That's something that discernment. It's something that I learned the really, really, really hard way. But I'm so incredibly grateful for that lesson. And I have not perfected it. And I may not ever perfect it, but I'm getting better and better and better all the time. But listening to your gut, it is telling you something for a reason. And you can feel it. I mean, the energy, I talk about it all the time. The energy, you feel it when it's wrong. You feel it. And so pay attention to that and honor that and don't ignore it. I ignored it for a long time and it took me down a really hard path. And I really try hard not to ignore it anymore. And it's made my life so much happier and so much smoother. So listen to your gut.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm,
and just shout out for your clients on their behalf. If you are using the fake it till you make it ideal in business, your clients feel it. They feel
Oh,
it.
yeah,
They know it.
definitely.
So I would take any new person who can authentically say, "I'm not sure, let me check on that and verify it for you." Here's whatever, just honest, authentic, meet my needs, over somebody who's faking it, who truly doesn't have what they're putting on that they have. So, just your clients feel it. So, just as far as building rapport with your clients, lean towards authentic. Don't lean towards faking it. They don't
Yeah.
want scripts. They want you. They want to work
yeah.
with you. So,
Hmm.
For me, I wrote down autopilot. Now, we've talked a little bit about autopilot, and maybe we should do an episode on autopilot in the future. But we don't want to be on autopilot for some things where we're just going through life unconsciously doing things that don't serve us, doing things that are not really going to take us towards our goal. However, there is something to be said to being on autopilot, to doing those things that you're trying to build habits to. For example, working out or meditation or eating healthy or anything in that category that you're trying to embody and embrace and integrate into your life. So when you get to that moment of, I wake up at 5 in the morning to meditate, and it's not a box that you check off, your alarm goes off and you just get up and go without even thinking about it because it's just what you do, because it's who you are. That's where you want to get with some of
Yeah.
these habits that you're trying to build and create and integrate into your life, where it's just what you do. You don't even have to
Hmm.
think about it. It's not a conscious choice. It's just what you do.
mhm.
You've trained your brain.
Which
Yeah, you trained your brain to do it.
doesn't personal development teach us, or I guess, spoiler alert, it's not the goal you're after. It's the person you're going to become and the feelings you will allow yourself to feel at the time you've achieved your goal. That's what you're chasing. So the big
Yep.
secret is you could actually channel those feelings now
Yeah.
and let them walk with you on the journey, and it'll speed it up a lot quicker and you'll become who you're meant to be a lot faster.
Yep.
Hmm.
Jim Rome, baby.
Yes.
All
Love me
right.
some Jim. Yeah.
Great episode, ladies. Faking it. Why am I? I'm
I
like
don't
I'm like
know.
a
You're
I'm like
what's
a five
making it
year
so
old.
funny right now. This is hilarious.
I'm like a 5 year old, even just saying, okay, great at faking it, ladies.
Try to
Like,
say it one more time with
oh,
a straight face.
I keep on thinking about when Harry met Sally, the diner scene. That's the only thing I keep on thinking about when I say it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Great episode. We'll be back on Monday for challenges part 3. Make sure
Yes.
you tune in and remember to like and visit and check out our social media at Force for Growth and visit forceforgrowth.com for any information on us.
Yes.
Have
Thank
an
you guys.
awesome weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
Real
Absolutely.
quick, big shout out to the Longview Lobos. Boom.
Woo.
Yes. Longview in the house. Love our Lobos. Love you, Matthew McConaughey, fellow Longview Lobo here. Looking for you. Come be on our show. We would love to have you on our podcast. Come check
Yes.
us out. We're all Lobo and UT fans, right, ladies?
Yes. Woo. Yes. It runs in our blood. But yes.
What are you laughing at, Michelle?
You got her
Uh,
blushing now.
yeah, no,
Say it, Michelle. Say it.
we're a Texas Tech family. Sorry, guys.
Boo. However, I bleed green, baby. I bleed Lobo green. Not born and raised, but raised in Longview, Texas. I wasn't born there. But man, Longview is in my heart.
I
So
am a
Matthew,
I am a
Hey, I
Matthew
never made
fan,
it
though.
down to UT, but still my favorite color of burnt orange.
yeah.
yeah.
So Matthew, if you're listening, hit me up. Longview Lobos for life, baby. Bye, y'all.
Love how excited you just got. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.